All right. All right. Gather around you walking ego machine. Yeah, you. The one that thinks they're too smart, too talented, too whatever to admit that they might be wrong. Guess what? Your ego's ruining your life. And no, this isn't some motivational fluff. This is a real deal. So buckle up because we're about to have a brutally honest conversation about how your overinflated sense of self is holding you back. Ready? Too bad. We're doing it anyway. Let's start with the basics. What even is the ego? I mean, well, it's that little voice inside your head that whispers, "You're special, you're smart, you deserve more. Why doesn't everyone recognize how amazing you are?" Basically, it's the part of you that thinks you're God's gift to humanity when in reality you're just a regular person with a few more Instagram followers than you deserve. You're not that special, okay? Apparently, I'm not special either because my computer's just not working. But let's be real for a second. Your ego makes you believe that the world is all about you. You're the main character. You're in your own little movie. You're the protagonist, and everyone else, they're just extras who should be lucky to even be in your orbit. I hate to break it to you, but you're not the center of the universe. In fact, most people don't care as much as you think they do. Stop acting like the world owes you anything because it don't. You know what your ego loves doing? Protecting you from looking like a fool. And guess what? That is the first way it's ruining your life. How might that be? Your ego is so fragile that when someone gives you constructive criticism, you go full nuclear. Oh, God forbid someone tell you that you might not be perfect. You start defending yourself like you're about to get canceled. I mean, what do you mean I could improve? I'm amazing. What do you know? Please stop with that. You're so busy defending yourself, you never stop to actually listen to what someone's saying. Guess what? When you ignore feedback, you stay stuck in your own ignorance. Your ego makes you believe that you don't need help, except you do. The truth is, you're not as smart as you think you are. And until you stop acting like you have all the answers, you're gonna stay stuck in a cycle of failure and bad decisions. Let's talk about the real ego killer here. The "I look perfect, why isn't everyone else as great as me" syndrome. You know, when you're spending more time curating your social media profile than actually working on yourself, when you're too busy showing off your perfect life on Instagram to actually live a meaningful one, yeah, your ego is feeding you that toxic nonsense. And all it's doing is making you more insecure because the more you feed your ego, the more you believe you have to maintain this possible perfect image. Spoiler alert, the image is fake and you know that. Let's not forget how your ego destroys your relationships. Oh, yeah. It turns into that person who can never say sorry, never admit when they're wrong, and never apologize for being a walking disaster in everyone else's life. Your ego doesn't let you be humble. It doesn't let you show vulnerability. It says, "No, you're right. Everyone else is the problem." That's why you're probably the one person who can't keep a friendship for longer than 5 minutes. Because you're too busy thinking you're too good for everyone else's flaws. Guess what? You got flaws too. Here's a thought. What if instead of always thinking you're right, you actually considered that other people might have something valuable to offer? Let that sit in, bro. Let that sit in, bro. What if in what if instead of constantly trying to prove that you're the smartest person in the room, you learn to listen? Crazy concept, right? But no, your ego says, you know what's best, and that is why you're stuck in the little bubble while everyone else is moving forward. Let's not even talk about how your ego keeps you from growing. Your ego's biggest lie on the edge of a cliff. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Your ego. See, I'm not perfect. Your ego's biggest lie is that you're already enough. You think you've reached your peak, but truth is, you're standing on the edge of a cliff of missed opportunities. Your ego tells you you've made it. You don't need to try anymore. Wrong. If you think you got it all figured out, you might as well have just sealed your fate. Someone who will, someone, I'm not perfect, y'all. Not perfect. You don't need, as someone who will always be stuck in the same place. Ego equals stagnation, period. So here's your hard truth. Your ego is making you miserable, it's making you defensive, arrogant, and downright unlikable. It's turning you into a person who can't admit when they're wrong. Admit that you don't know everything and start actually listening and learning from people around you. It's time to check your ego before it checks you out of your own life. If you want to keep letting your ego ruin your life, go ahead. But don't come crying when you're left in the dust while everyone else has moved forward. You've been warned. If this video slaps some sense into you, hit a like, subscribe, and drop a comment on how you're going to start checking your ego or don't. Keep being the main character of your own delusional little world. I'm not the one who'll be stuck with the ego in the end. But I feels like it'd be good to help you out because I too have been there at one point. I'm not here to really just bash you. Yeah, I may be saying things. I'm not here to bash you though, because I was just there at one point and I realized how bad that life is. So for any people that's growing up but ain't really growing up, this is for you. I hope you can listen. If anybody's doing anything, if anybody agrees with me, let me know. But I hope we on the same page, man. Peace, squad.